Today's video is sponsored by Camel City Mill. Got some sort of road course set up here for the grandkids, I guess, but it got rained out. Every day it's the same thing. Gets real hot, and then we get about 2 to 3 thunderstorms a day. But that is not going to prevent me from delivering a load of firewood. It'll have plenty of time to dry out. We got a real smart customer, because they get their wood now, they get it all stacked up, get the top covered, and it's good to go when they need it, instead of calling in January when it's 10 degrees out and everything's frozen solid. Just had to stop and get a tree off the road. I was getting ready to get my saw out of the back, and the homeowner right there had one. I never got poison ivy till, like poison ivy, poison oak, till probably 5 years ago. And we're gonna find out after that one. I put gloves on, but I'm telling you, it was all over that little tree. I didn't realize the wind was that bad, but I've seen several of them down here just since I left the house. Alright, got the firewood delivered. I was a little extra careful there. Can you imagine backing into that big beautiful stack of wood that he has there and knocking that over? So that's done. Now next up, I'm gonna go look at a tree. It's not far from here, only about 5 minutes. Jordan Miller, he's been on our channel before. He told me about a big oak that went down in someone's yard, and I can get the logs if I want them. So we're gonna stop and check it out before we get home, and we'll go from there. All right, I stopped and looked at those trees. There's 2 of them, one big red oak and one decent sized cherry. Probably get 3 logs out of the oak and 2 out of the cherry. I'm going to talk to Jordan and see how he wants to handle it. I think it would be best to have a machine and one guy cutting that big oak off the stump. That root ball is probably 11 or 12 feet high, and it's sticking right up at 90 degrees. So he'll probably want, you know, if I take my mini skid out, hook onto that root ball and be pulling back a little bit, you know, from the top of it. You'll know when you cut into it which way it's going. After you get about halfway through, it's either going to pinch or start pulling apart. But it'd be best to have a couple guys there. So we'll figure all that out, and you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video, I'm sure. But I'm looking at the skies. Looks like another round of storms coming. Maybe after this one, we'll go out there in the woods and light up that big brush pile. It'd be a good day to do that. Just took the hunt man out for a bit, and this is what I came back to. Look at the rain coming off that roof over there. I think this is round 4 today. All right, it is well into the evening right now. We had a ton of rain this afternoon. Bunch of localized flooding in the area, but I'm going to take this opportunity, come out here by the mini cabin, and we're going to try to get this brush pile burning. There goes a deer right across the road. We'll just stop here and walk over the rest of the way. I must interrupt today's video for a very important message. Camel City Mill Socks. Today is the last day of their big July 4th sale. These socks are phenomenal. I swear by them. If you don't believe me, read through some of the comments from people that have bought these. They're just a great American-made product, made right down in North Carolina. They come in 3 lengths, ankle, crew, and boot. They keep your feet warm in the wintertime, cool in the summertime. They wick sweat. They have a 10-year, that's right, 10-year durability guarantee. You can't beat them. Get up to 30% off on my favorite work socks from Camel City Mill with their July 4th sale. Link in the description. All right, I think we should get some action here shortly. I purposely put a bunch of dead stuff on the bottom when I stack this brush pile. That's kind of what I'm focusing on, but you kind of have to dry all this out right here from all the heavy rain today. But it should go. I've got full confidence in this one. And by the way, this is diesel fuel I'm using. If I was using gasoline, I would already be on my way to the burn unit. Oh yeah, it's cooking. I think it's gonna go. I only put about a gallon of diesel fuel on it. May need one more shot, but while that's starting to take off there, let's go look at the food plot. The buckwheat looking fantastic. It's starting to flower. But the deer and the turkey are out here non-stop. The turkey really seemed to like it. If I get that burning pretty good, which it should, I'll bring the excavator out first thing in the morning. And like the center will be all burnt out of it. And I'll take the sides, put them in the middle, get it going again, wait a few hours, and then I'll come gather up the rest of these piles I've got laying around, burn all it up. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 more trees. They're all broke off, like that one there. Take them down, then clean everything up on the ground here. And this will be done. This all happened about, I think over 2 years ago. Big windstorm, which I mentioned before. That's what started everything out here. We had those straight line winds from up on the hill above Levi's house, all the way across that ridge, through here, and then the whole way over above my mom's house. We had trees laying that direction. So I came out here to start cleaning it up, and then I thought, you know what, this would be a nice place for a clearing in the woods. 200 trees later, build a road out here, and here we are. I think that white smoke is mostly steam because the top of the pile's so wet. Yeah, it's gonna go. We'll get her going a little faster. I have found I have had my best success burning brush piles when I have all the brush going one direction. You know, I sat right here with the excavator and just kept piling it on. If you go all around it and you have it laying all over the place, what happens is the center will burn out of it and it will bridge over top of it and the top won't burn. I have better luck leaving everything this way, and the center will just drop right down, and it just kind of keeps feeding that fire with fuel until the whole middle's burn out of it. And like I said, I'll come out here tomorrow morning. There'll be a spot in the center with a bunch of hot coals, a bunch of stuff on the edges. You just grab it with the excavator, set it in there, and it'll go in no time. All right, I got her ripping again. I got just about everything cleaned up. I just need to rake everything. A couple little trees to take down, but I'll come back out this evening and do that. But you know, it's amazing. I had that one real big brush pile that burned up overnight. Now this one, this is what I saved out of that for firewood right here. All of that stuff I just mentioned came out of just this little area right here. That's it. But anyway, I'll leave the excavator sit out here. I'll come back out later today, get this finished up. I wish I could take this one down right here. It's all uprooted, but I'm not going to do that until we move the mini cabin. As you can see, it's hung up in this tree right here. And if I were to pull, you know, dig that stump out and start pulling that tree back, it's going to come this way. And at least, best case scenario, just smash the steps. Worst case, take the corner of the mini cabin off. That one's ugly. I can't believe when we had that windstorm that this was undamaged. There were trees down all around it, and it was just standing there. Couldn't believe it. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. If you are a subscriber to our channel, double check, make sure you're still subscribed. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. Catch you on the next one.